Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the fifth quest of Act 7.4 and in this video I will be taking down the evolutionary advantage path. So on this path the main node is evolutionary advantage, and what it does is that it gives massive furies to mutant attackers whenever they have bleed, armor break or concussion active on the defenders. So mutants like Apocalypse, Magneto are extremely awesome for this path. Apart from that, there is also ebb and flow intercept, so if we are not intercepting regularly through our fights, then the defender will have a massive protection and they will be able to prevent a lot of damage. Also, there is hard knock life node, which places disorient debuffs on us whenever we parry the defender's attacks. And lastly, there is also the special burst knockdown node, which places armor break and heal block on us whenever the defenders activate their special attacks. So Apocalypse is probably the best option for this path because he has everything in his kit that makes him amazing for this path. I mean, he's a mutant, so whenever he places bleed debuffs on the defenders, then he gains these fury buffs which increase his attacks, and he's also immune to disorients. So overall he's a really good option for this path, and he can pretty much solo the entire thing all by himself. And the first fight is already over in about 50 hits with Apocalypse. Next up we have Spider-Gwen, and again I will be using Apocalypse. She has an annoying evade ability, but with Apocalypse's ability to reduce the ability accuracy on evades, this fight shouldn't be that much of a problem. It would only be a bit slow. So whenever I'm throwing a special attack, I'm always trying to get the intercept to remove the protection from ebb and flow, so that the special attack does all the damage it can. And Spider-Gwen goes down as well. That was a bit long fight, but nevertheless it was quite comfortable and safe with Apocalypse. Next up we have Ronin, and this should also be a very easy fight with Apocalypse. Apocalypse is such an amazing champion for this story content. I mean, I have been using him in almost 90% of my paths in Act 7, and is just such a powerhouse because he has lots of utility and lots of special damage, which makes him a really good option for this story content. Yeah, with the protection down, that was a really big special too. With Apocalypse, I'm also knocking down the defenders quite a bit so that I can get the Fury buff from the Evolutionary advantage node. And next up we have Thor Jane Foster. She's also a pretty easy defender to face, and I could have very well used Apocalypse against her as well, but for the purpose of diversity I brought Magneto, and I will be using Magneto against this Thor because she is a metal gem, and with a single good special 3 she should be completely knocked out. Yeah, Magneto's ability accuracy is also preventing the disorients and the heal blocks whenever this Thor places and uses her special attacks. So yeah, I was trying to just get the Intercept to remove her protection, but I just noticed that Magneto's ability accuracy had also prevented the ebb and flow Intercept node completely, so there was no point in getting the Intercept. And that was a massive overkill on the special 3 bleeds. Next up we have Nick Fury, and this time I will be using Apocalypse. First off, I just got off my heavy so that I can get the Fury buff. Now that I got the Intercept, now I can launch the special one. Now I use the heavy attack to refresh my debuffs and also get the Fury buff. And with an Intercept and a big special too, Nick Fury's first life is almost gone. And now I just need to wait a bit for Nick Fury to drop down to his 30% health. But I was able to get an intercept, so I decided to throw the special attack with it. And Nick Fury is already down to 30%. And Nick Fury goes down as well. So yeah, Nick Fury is probably the hardest fight on this path, because in general Nick Fury is a very long fight because of his double lives, but with Apocalypse that didn't take that much of trouble and time. And now against Gladiator Hulk I will be using Magneto, because Gladiator Hulk is also tagged as a metal champ. So a well placed special 3 should be enough to kill him. I just need to reach to my special 3 and build up the prowesses. Now that I have reached to my special 3, I should be looking for an intercept, but Gladiator Hulk wasn't being very cooperative, so I decided to throw my special 3 anyway and see how much damage it does with the protection active. And yeah, the damage is not that bad even with the protection active. And now that Gladiator Hulk is already at 35% health, so I don't need the intercept, and the special 3 should kill him. And he is instantly dead after the special 3. And with that, the path is over. So overall that path was extremely easy with Apocalypse. For the metal defenders you can just bring in Magneto for a surety. And lastly, the final boss that I will be going against will be Mr. Negative. So yeah, here's a couple of nodes, energy adoption 5, so we will be taking a lot of incinerates and special burst lockdown, so we will be getting armor break and heal block whenever he uses his special attacks, and we also cannot reverse his healing. And the most important note that he has is that he can only take damage from a single type of basic hit, which will be either a heavy attack, a medium attack, or a light attack, so you have to watch out for that. And apart from that single basic hit, we will not be dealing any kind of damage. So yeah, that's the main note to keep an eye on. I brought in Human Torch because I thought that with the pre-fight ability and the energy of the option fire node, I should be able to build up a lot of smolders and be able to take down this Mr. Negative efficiently, but it didn't really work most of the because two of the basic hits get blocked and they don't deal any damage, and their ability accuracy is also reduced, so I wasn't even able to place any of the incinerates. And yeah, overall this was a really bad option. Right now he has blocked some of my basic hit, but I don't even understand the icon, which is the green one with on the right side of the smolders. And Human Torch is already down, so that was not a good option. Better options for this Mr. Negative are obviously skill champions like Nick Fury, Shang-Chi, maybe Kingpin, or some other strong skill champions. This fight will take a bit of time because he will not take any damage from two of our basic hits, but nevertheless this fight shouldn't be that big of a deal if you are able to play well on this fight. So yeah, with this, that's it from my side on this video's commentary, and I will see you guys soon in the next one.